Hey everybody, how are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. So if you follow me on Twitter, then you probably know that I recently got a small tattoo, and I tweeted a picture of it right away as soon as I had it done. And a lot of people wanted me to show it in a video and talk about my experience and why I got it and did it hurt and all of those types of questions. And before I got it, I watched a lot of videos here on YouTube about people talking about the pain and the experience and how to properly take care of it afterwards. So I kind of think these videos are helpful. Plus, because it's in a location that you guys are going to see in my videos, I think it just makes a lot of sense to just do this video kind of talking about it so that, I don't know, so if you guys see it, you kind of know what it is and why I got it. It's on the side of my left wrist, and I'll zoom in a little bit. It's kind of scabbed up right now because it's healing. That's completely normal when tattoos heal. So it's kind of gross looking right now, but I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can kind of see it. It says live, and it is in my sister Blair's handwriting. I've wanted one for a long time. I knew that I wanted to get it here. This was the location I wanted, but I didn't know what I wanted it to say. So I had Blair write the word live on my wrist in cursive just with a pen so I could kind of see what it would feel like to have a tattoo there. And I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved the way it looked. Every time I would catch my wrist in the mirror when I was doing my hair that day or something, I would just kind of, my eye would go to it, and I just loved it. And it kind of just reminds me to live in the moment and to not take things for granted. I'm not going to go into like detail about the personal reasons. It does have a very personal reason to me, but I'm just, you know, on the surface, it basically means live in the moment. And originally when I went into the tattoo salon that day, I wanted to get the quote, live by the sun. And it's part of something that I love that says live by the sun, love by the moon. And I Tumblred about it like a long time ago, like back in November. And I actually put in that Tumblr post, which I'll link my Tumblr below. I don't really talk about my Tumblr on videos. It's a little bit more like private, but I have linked it on Twitter. So yeah, I wrote in that post that I'm more of a lover than a liver. So I think I've just always been aware that I'm such like a dreamer and an idealist that sometimes I forget to be realistic and I forget to live in the moment. I'm constantly thinking about the future. And so this is just, it's supposed to kind of ground me a little bit and bring me back to the present and make me experience every moment the way sometimes I feel like I don't do. So when I went in, he made the stencil of live by the sun. And when he put it on my arm, it literally went down to like here. Like, because that quote is long, and it was also in a different font because Blair didn't write it, it was actually in a font. So it came down to about here. And I love quote tattoos so much, but I want a quote tattoo on my ribs. So I didn't want to get two quotes. I wanted a word and then a quote. So he put that on my arm, and at first I thought maybe that it wasn't just the right font because I actually didn't like the font either when he put it on my arm. So he scrubbed it off, and those stencils are so hard to get off of your skin. My wrist was getting so sensitive just from him scrubbing on it so hard that I was like, this tattoo is going to hurt so badly. So then he put another one on that said live by the sun in a different font, and again, it was smaller, so this time it only went maybe to here, but it was still, I was just like, it's too long. Like, I don't want a quote going up my arm. Like, that's not what I'm here for. I decided to get the tattoo that I had fallen in love with, which is live in Blair's handwriting right there. So I actually had Blair write it out for the tattoo guy, and he made it into a stencil and then tattooed right over it. And I love it. I love it so much. Every time I see it, it kind of gives me like this rush of adrenaline. I'm definitely not making this video to tell you guys like tattoos are so cool, everyone should go get one. To be quite honest, I have not always loved tattoos. I don't know, when I was younger, I never thought I would get one. When I was 16, I went through a little phase where I wanted one on my lower hip, like right on my lower stomach, on my hip. I wanted to get something, but I never did. I ended up getting my belly button pierced instead when I was 17, and that was kind of my like rebel thing that I did. And then I was fine for years and years. I never wanted anything else, and my belly button's still pierced, by the way. I've kept it in since I was 17. It was so long ago. But other than that, I literally just have one hole in each ear. Like, I've never been a piercer, or like, I've never really loved tattoos the way recently I've been on Tumblr, like just looking up pictures, and I love word and quote tattoos more than anything. There's a couple of pictures that I would love to get, but I know that I personally might get tired of them. I mean, right now I feel like if I got like a dream catcher tattoo somewhere, or, you know, like birds or something, I feel like I'd love it right now, but I might not always love it. Whereas a word that kind of grounds you and brings you back to reality, I know I will always love it. Like, I will never get tired of this. I think for the most part, people either like or dislike tattoos. Like, I think it's one of those things that just goes on the extreme. You either really like them or you really don't. But I know for myself, I was a person that was not always in love with them, and now I am. So I do think that it's something that can also change with time, and as you just, I don't know, as you grow up and you change as a person. I see them more as art now, and I didn't always see them that way. So I also think that, like, as you grow and change as a person, your ideas and perceptions about things can change. So if you don't like it, if you're hardcore against tattoos and you hate it, that is fine. You guys can have your own, you know, your own opinions on things, but it is going to be on my body for the rest of my life, so I would appreciate not any mean comments below. But even if you do, I mean, I love it. Like, I love, love, love it. So talking about the pain and the aftercare, it hurt more than I thought it would, and I wasn't worried about the pain, even though I have like the lowest pain tolerance, because I just wanted it so badly that I wasn't thinking about the pain. I knew it was going to hurt. I mean, even like hardcore tattoo men that are 100% tattooed, tattoos everywhere, sleeves and everything, they will even say it hurts. Like, no one's sitting there saying that it doesn't hurt. It does. But I considered getting it here, and the reason I didn't is because I thought that would hurt worse. I don't know why. I just am so sensitive there. I cannot imagine like needles there. But I didn't think the side of my wrist would hurt as badly as it did. It did really hurt, but it was so quick. He wrote it like one time, going over the letters like you would a pen, and it was so quick, and then it was done. So it literally took maybe, I mean, it was slower than writing it with a pen. It took maybe 2 minutes to do the whole thing, and he did it just in one take. Like, he did the cursive, and then he dotted the I, and then it was done. For me, it hurt less when I was actually watching him, and I don't know if that's because I was a little bit fascinated with the idea that this like needle thing was depositing pigment into my skin that was going to be there for all of eternity. Like, and I was watching him do it. It was the weirdest feeling. So I liked watching, which is kind of strange. I closed my eyes at one point just to see if maybe I could kind of like, I don't know, kind of disappear from the pain, but it didn't work. Like, it hurt worse that way. So I definitely liked watching it. And then he bandaged it up, and it had to stay bandaged for 2 hours. And then I took the bandage off and I washed it with scent-free antibacterial soap, and then he gave me this little container of Lubriderm Daily Moisture Lotion for normal to dry skin, fragrance-free, and I put this on it like a few times a day, just keep it real moisturized, and that just helps it heal faster. But it's going to scab up. Obviously mine's all scabbed up right now, and as soon as the kind of scabbiness goes away, then it will be, you know, my tattoo. It doesn't hurt at all anymore. It hurt for about 24 hours. It felt like a sunburn. My skin was just very sensitive, and it felt like a sunburn, but it went away after about a day. I mean, it's not sensitive at all right now. It just is scabbed, so I don't want to like mess with it too much. So I put this on and I wash it with antibacterial soap a couple times a day. That is what my tattoo guy told me to do. I know there's lots of different ways that you can take care of a tattoo afterwards. A lot of people recommend Aquaphor. I would just recommend doing whatever your particular tattoo artist recommends. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being 0 pain and 10 being really painful, if your ears are like a 2, if you get a shot with like a gun, your ears are like a 2. My belly button was like maybe a 6 or a 7. I mean, my belly button really hurt. I don't know why, but I was also really young. And I would say this was like a 6, maybe like a 5. I mean, it wasn't that bad. Like, I think that if I had gotten it here, it would have been like an 8 or a 9. I just think that would have been so painful. So yeah, that's my little story and my little tattoo that you guys will probably see. Probably not that often because I don't really show my left wrist as much, but if you see it in videos now, you'll know. And I got this cute little bow ring from Forever 21 the other day. Isn't it pretty? And then yeah, so I'm wearing my watch on my right wrist, even though I normally wear it on my left wrist just while it's healing, but I'll probably wear it on my left wrist once it's like completely healed and stuff, just because that's where I wear my watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions about it, I think I covered everything, but if you do, leave a comment below and I will try to write back to as many people as possible. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.